help us understand our capacity. A capacity to, again, to love well, a capacity to minister to other people, or maybe we're evangelists, or maybe we're missionaries, or maybe we just pray for people. We could pray well and see changes miraculously in people's lives, or deliverance, like being able to deliver people from whatever oppression that they're going through, whether it's fear or just lack, poverty, lack of finances, witchcraft, all kinds of crazy things that God has gifted you to be able to journey out and mature in, and to understand, listen, I'm called to this. And I can't deny it, and I can't ignore it. To champion, like me, champion purity. To stand up and say, hey, I celebrate God. Stand up for purity, and come along and be okay with that too. Come along and understand that he calls you pure, and you get to reclaim that, because he's already redeemed our purity and our identity for us. Christ has, before the foundation of the earth. So all we have to do is kind of come along and pick that up and dust ourselves off, because so many people have been violated and without their choice. So many people have experienced things in their generational bloodline way before they came along that they still experience the residue and the torment of. So with that being said, just, that's our capacity. And the more that we do our due diligence to really know our capacity, the less that we have time to deal with in terms of relationships. Like, if this guy, as a female speaking, is not like, he's a kind guy, he's a gentle guy, something that the Lord has on my heart for really to share with him or pray for him about, or even just dismiss him and bless him, then fine. But ultimately, if I know we're not on the same path, like he wants something different, or, he just has some other giftings or some other callings that don't necessarily align with what God has placed in my heart, the passions that burn within and the desire that burns within, then listen, he can't pray for you necessarily. He may not be able to pray for you. He may not even really be able to understand it. Like, what? You dream about what? And you see what? And you love how? Or how could you forgive? Like, it's just all this craziness. They may not ever get it. And there'll be patterns and circumstances and understandings and mindsets where you're like, you know what? This is like beyond seeing red flags, right? This is just beyond that. Like, I need to just relinquish this relationship and trust that the journey I'm on to understand my capacity, to expand and to enlarge my capacity, and to walk out my process will lead me to my destiny, which includes a love and a relationship. And that's 100. So I'm really done. I just wanted to really, like I said, take a moment to address what capacity was, so that I can get you thinking. Hopefully you're thinking, if you weren't already, on your identity and your giftings and your call and your journey. This is a journey. It's not a one-time event. Like, just to get you walking on this journey, to stay woke to that, if you will. So when you do encounter, relationships with the opposite sex, or whatever type of relationship, you will begin to truly see, does it align with my purpose, my calling, my destiny? Does it align? And is this person able, in a world, in a society, in a culture where people don't really honor your capacity? There are people that are still on a similar journey to yours, and that God, in his infinite wisdom, knows how to set up that divine encounter. So just trust that. I pray that this blesses you. And until next time, have a great one.